Sound on? Oh, yeah, good. Thank you, Roger. I'm getting ahead of myself. See if I can get my,
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Let me just make sure it's on. Okay, the Board of Adjustments meeting will start at 6:40 p.m. Please stand for Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Could you do a roll call there, Bill? Bill, please.
Mr. Kozec?
Here.
Mr. Hamel?
Yep.
Mr. Gibbs?
Here.
Ms. Reardon?
Here.
Ms. Reardon, you'll be a voting member this evening, sitting in for Ms. McCarthy. Okay. This is a continuation of the public hearing. Bill, would you please read that out, please?
Bank Properties LLC, care of Shaughnessy Allard, PLLC, Brett W. Allard Esq. Request a preliminary review for a variance at 11 Merrimac Road from Article 15, Section 2 of the zoning ordinance to permit a two-lot subdivision with proposed lot 9-1 having 141.82 feet of frontage, or 150 feet is required, and a minimum lot width of 79.7 feet, or 125 feet is required. Map 12, Block 4, Lot 9.
Okay, thank you. Does any of the members have a question before we ask him to speak? We've heard it several times. And, I think but go ahead and speak if you like, and we'll have some questions, I'm sure.
Sure. Good evening, Chair, members of the board. For the record, Brett Allard with Shaughnessy Allard, the attorney for the applicant, the owner on this project. We have gone through things in some level of detail now for multiple meetings, so I probably don't need to rehash things from the beginning. I'm sure everyone's familiar with exactly what it is that we're proposing and what we're trying to do. Straightforward two-lot subdivision, only need two variances. We're 8 feet, 9 feet short on the frontage, and then about 40 feet short on the width. So if we had an extra 9 feet of frontage and an extra 40 feet of width, probably the proposal would still look pretty similar to what you see here. It would just be a little bit wider coming in, but we do still have enough space for the driveway. And in terms of just updates from last time, I know we were here. The board hadn't had a chance to really look at and digest the revised plans. We submitted the revised plans from the surveyor, a second set of revised plans about a week and a half ago. It added a revision date, so you can see that on the plans now. He corrected the sheet numbers, so that should all be much easier for the board's reference. And since the first time we were here, he did make a bunch of technical changes to the plan. I went through them the time before, so I don't need to go through them again, but he fixed all the setbacks, he fixed the width measurement so it's parallel to the street, and made the plans up in what I think now at this point are in tip-top shape, and I think ready for and ripe for the board's decision. The only additional substantive comments I would have since we were here last time is to focus a little bit on the Conservation Commission and what happened there. This was continued after the first meeting so that my client could go to Conservation Commission and get their input based on the proximity to some of the wetlands on the site. So we don't need any relief from wetlands. There's wetlands from buffers from setbacks and from septic systems, but we're fully compliant with that. We still thought it would be prudent at the board's request, and we agreed with the board to go to the Conservation Commission, have them look at this anyways. So they went to a first meeting, that was back in April, presented the plan, a site walk was scheduled. The site walk was held at the end of April. That was generally positive. They said the lot width was not a problem for them. They were actually happy to see the house set back in the rear of the property to preserve the rural character in terms of the streetscape from the road. and not have houses stacked on top of each other at the road, creating sort of perceived density issues. They were glad we worked with the neighbor to reverse the well and the septic location, which we've now shown on the plan. The Conservation Commission did request a culvert at the corner of the driveway, right where it...
Excuse me, did you say the well is now on here, the neighbor's property on the plans?
No, the proposed well on our lot.
Okay.
It used to be where the septic area is. We flipped them. So the most substantive thing the Concom requested was a culvert at the corner of the driveway where it bends in to come in towards the road. That's now shown on sheet 4 of your revised plan set. You can see the culvert there at the corner.
That's one thing I'd like to know. I don't know what the hell copy I have here.
You don't know what?
I had so many of them all stacked up. I'm not sure if this is the most current one.
Well, it's the one with the revision
It should
date
have a
on it.
revision date. If it has a revision date, it's the most current one. It's the only the most current one is the only one with a revision date of
I don't have a revision date on it.
June 22nd.
This is right here, right? Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, thank you, Roger. I'm getting blind, too. Okay. 622?
622.
Yeah, okay.
So if
Thank
you look on
Sorry about
sheet,
that.
no, it's okay. If you look on sheet 4, you can see that proposed culvert at the corner of the driveway where it bends in towards the possible dwelling location. So with that, the Conservation Commission indicated at the, if you look in the site walk meeting minutes, that as long as the plans don't change significantly, Conservation is comfortable with what was shown during the site walk. And then my client went back for that second Conservation Commission meeting after the site walk, presented the revised plans that you now have before you today, which showed the culvert. And if you look at the meeting minutes from that, they agreed that there was no objection, and they appeared consistent with the recommendations of the Conservation Commission. So we're happy that the Conservation Commission at this point appears to be on board with this project. We did meet with the fire chief, had him ran this to the ground with him. He also has no objection to the driveway in terms of its length. He said that it has to comply with NFPA regulations. It has to comply with the town's driveway regulations. It's been designed for precisely compliance with both of those things, that would obviously get vetted by staff before a driveway permit was issued anyways, but we're confident now, having done the preliminary research and had the preliminary discussions with the fire chief, that won't be a problem. So I think, again, I said it last meeting, I'll say it again. I think my client's done a commendable job at meeting with all the various boards, committees, stakeholders to really get this project into a position where it works from a conceptual and technical standpoint. Again, the only variance relief we're asking for are 9 feet of frontage and 40 feet of width. But again, even if we had more width, that driveway is going to go in the same location. It's not going to move, so it doesn't affect that. And even if we had more frontage, the access is going to stay in the same location. It's not going to move. So this project is pretty much identical to what you would see, what the planning board would see in the first instance if no variances were required at all. And I think that's really the heart of the hardship analysis. And when there is no fair and substantial reason to literally apply the ordinance as written based on the special conditions of the property, that's a hardship. And that's what you have here. When you have projects that are identical, would be identical essentially, regardless of whether the relief is required, that's really the heart of the fair and substantial analysis. So with that, I will stop talking, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. I can go back through the criteria, the variance criteria, if we need to. I did that at the first meeting. If the board has any questions about the specific criteria, I'm happy to address them, but for now, I'll set that aside and be happy to answer any questions.
But the only question that I have is that variance request for the footage of 150 feet is required, and the minimum lot is 79.7 feet. So that's calling for roughly a variance of like 45 feet.
40.
45, 46.
45.
Well, the numbers have changed on both of these, so I think it's like
You can round it to
9.7.
50, and then you won't have to
Yeah.
Sure,
worry about
yeah.
it.
But the problem is, as you look at it, at least to try not to do any calculations, it goes from 47 is what I calculate, 47, given it a few inches, and it gets narrower and narrower as we go down.
Correct, but the zoning ordinance only has a minimum width requirement within the first 100 feet of depth. So that could, anything beyond the first 100 feet of depth doesn't trigger a variance under the zoning ordinance as currently written. That's why what we did is we took the narrowest point within 100 feet of depth, which happens to be exactly at 100 feet, and that's the variance request.
Thank you.
The narrower piece may be an issue with the planning board, but it's not an issue with us.
Right, yeah.
Right, and, you know, really the only practical implication of the width on the neck of the new lot is there enough room for a driveway? Well, there is, you can see there is. We have, at the narrowest, you know, we still have probably 50, 60 feet, and the driveway regulations in Newton prohibit driveways exceeding a width of 15 feet on single-family residences. So we already have, even at its narrowest, 2 to 3 times more the width than we're allotted to build out a driveway anyways.
Thank you.
I don't have any questions.
Any questions, any on the boards?
No.
Do
Frank?
we have the public that would like to speak? Just your name and address, please.
Thank you for allowing me to speak. My name is Kristen DeBarro from 13 Merrimac Road. My only two concerns, you know, as you said, are the depth and the fact that it is 46 feet and then it does get narrower. My concern with that is, does this really meet the spirit of the ordinance? Does it do substantial justice, and have they proved the undue hardship? And that's really where my concerns are. Is it going to keep the rural nature of the town?
Is he going to keep a what, ma'am?
The rural nature of the town and the spirit of the ordinance.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like to speak, young lady? No, thank you. Okay, thank you, yeah. Okay. There's no more questions?
Move to close the public hearing.
Yeah, right, okay.
Second.
Do we have anybody online?
Excuse me.
Did Miss White come on?
There appears to be no one online.
Very good.
So she's not on, Bill? Okay. So we're going to close the public meeting and we will go into deliberation.
Should vote to close the public hearing?
Did you, oh yeah, you just, somebody second it?
Second.
Okay.
Frank seconded.
Take a head count on the vote. Thank you.
Mr. Gibbs,
Yes.
Mr. Hamel,
Yes.
Ms. Reardon,
Yes.
Mr. Kozec.
Yes, okay. Anything that's,
Well, I'd like to start off with a general comment, because when I first saw this plan and we had the first meeting of the public hearing, I really sort of perceived it as a request for a residential lot with 90 feet of frontage with some fancy doings on to make it look bigger. And when I saw that, I had a hard time saying that it was justified to give the variance. As time has gone on, and as I looked at the plan more and more, I now envision this plan as a request really for 3 housing lots with a total frontage of 440 feet, which is 10 feet short of what's required. That makes it a whole lot more like, yeah, this makes sense.
agree, Roger. Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense to me.
And also the changes that, well, there was a slight change to how wide it is at 100 feet, which is insignificant. And I think, again, though that it's actually a relatively large variance you're asking for. It's almost 50 feet of a 125-foot
Right.
requirement. I think in this case, it makes sense.
It's your opinion, Roger. Right. Yeah, does anybody else have any comments, Ms. Reardon?
Nope.
What do you think about the large variance request of 50 feet or more?
No, if you were putting the house out next to the road,
Yeah,
I would be against it.
yeah,
Right, and that's also why I think it makes this proposal to make sense. Actually, in terms of the reason for the 150-foot frontage is to not have overcrowding. In this case, where the middle house is going to be substantially far back from the road and probably not visible, it makes sense to let it go forward.
Anybody else? Close the public meeting. Would somebody make like a motion?
What? No, we got to go through the criteria.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, that's, well, I looked at it deliberate as a separate thing, okay. Okay, would you call out the,
Unless anybody else has any comments.
So I just have a procedure, maybe a procedural question.
Yeah.
So that we are going to give one variance to cover both of these situations. We don't need to give a variance for each one?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we can evaluate both variances at the same time.
okay,
I mean, if when we go through the criteria, if you feel like, you know, there's a difference between one or the other, then you could enumerate that.
Okay.
read the first criteria and ask for a vote, okay?
First criteria, not contrary to the public interest.
Not
Ms. Reardon,
It is, I agree, it is not contrary to the public. So I think that's a yes, right?
Nay or yay, or yes or no, whatever.
But it's a negative, so it's a negative question.
Mr. Gibbs,
It's not agree
pardon me?
with yea and nay.
He said yes. Yeah, but I don't know, the sound in here tonight
is, yeah.
is horrible.
Mr. Hamel,
Yes, it is not contrary to the public interest.
and Mr. Kozec?
Yes,
Accepted. Number 2, observes the spirit of the ordinance. Ms. Reardon,
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs,
Yes.
Mr. Hamel,
Yes,
Mr. Kozec.
yes,
Passed. Number 3, substantial justice is done. Ms. Reardon,
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs,
Yes.
Mr. Hamel,
yes,
Mr. Kozec.
yes,
Number 4, surrounding property values are not diminished. Ms. Reardon,
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs,
Yes.
Mr. Hamel,
yes,
Mr. Kozec.
yes,
And number 5, there is no unnecessary hardship. I apologize on the briefness. Ms. Reardon,
Denial would result in unnecessary hardship. Oh, gosh, here's another one of those negative questions.
he meets the criteria?
He meets the criteria, yes.
yes. Okay, sorry. Mr. Gibbs,
Yes.
Mr. Hamel,
Yes,
Mr. Kozec.
yes,
The result, all votes passed unanimously.
So your request passed.
Now we need a motion to, I make a motion to grant the variance that was requested by the applicant.
Okay.
Specifically to allow for the frontage to be, a variance of 10 feet of frontage, so that from the 150-foot requirement, and for a variance of 50 feet on the width at 100 feet in. So that it has to be at least 75 feet.
Second.
And the justification or the finding of facts for that is that he meets all of the criteria for a variance.
Take a roll call vote, please.
Ms. Reardon?
Yes?
Mr. Gibbs?
Yes.
Mr. Hamel?
Yes.
Mr. Kozec?
Yes. Okay. Well, you have 30 days to wait around if somebody files an appeal for you. It's up to you if you want to start your construction. That's about it.
Well, he can't start construction. He has to go to the planning board.
Would, yes, yep. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. You know, something when you go to the planning board, you know that little piece of property that you guys cut out? Regulations, which I looked at, it's a no-no. What's that? You know that little piece of property that, this right here? It's what I found today, looking up some stuff, that it's a no-no, but
Yeah, you may have to request a waiver of the site plan regulations. Yeah,
Okay, well, we can work that out.
yeah.
yeah, right.
There was something about that.
That wasn't.
There's
that wasn't
multiple
an issue.
houses, it had to be straight. Whatever.
You may have to address that with the planning board.
Yeah. Yeah. And you already saw, you guys have the stuff about the road and all that stuff, right? Okay.
From the chief, yeah.
Yeah, this is the fire rat, and this,
Yeah,
then,
yeah, Tricia sent that to
okay,
me.
all right. Okay. Good luck.
All right,
very much.
thank you very
Okay.
much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a nice weekend.
Happy
Thank
Fourth.
you, you too.
Yeah.
Acceptance of meeting from June 3rd.
Before we go there, Vic, we haven't yet, as far as I know, accepted the March minutes,
Okay.
Right.
because in our packets this month was the final revisions for the March minutes.
Right?
So I make a motion to accept the March 18th minutes that were in my packet this, this week.
Second?
Call for a vote.
Ms. Reardon?
Aye.
Gibbs?
Aye.
Mr. Hamel?
All right,
Mr. Kozec?
Aye. Motion carries.
Motion carries.
the April 1st minutes, did you have a question on those?
There was just one more spot where there was an R missing from my name, which I mentioned to Bill.
Or that was a spelling error in
The
your name?
spelling error of my name.
Okay, so we can
He-
accept those,
he
make a
did-
motion to accept those minutes with the one,
For
Spelling
June?
error.
For June?
what?
For June?
No, this is April.
April. Do we have a second? Okay. Take a vote.
Ms. Reardon?
Aye.
Mr. Gibbs?
Aye.
Mr. Hamel?
All right,
Mr. Kozec?
Aye.
the May minutes.
May variance. All right?
Shortly after the May June meeting, you sent them out. And I sent you some revised changes. And he,
Didn't get incorporated?
correct.
Okay.
I mean, it's all screwy with all of the numbers for the,
Oh, that, okay, that thing, yeah.
yes. But I mean, you should have a printed copy of that with the corrections made. Basically, all you gotta do is accept them and you should be ready to go. So I think we'll have to hold off on those.
Okay.
Now we move to the June minutes. And actually, they're quite good. But, first of all, and you also had the error today. When you have the description of what's happening, so no one's saying, Mr. Kozec introduced the public hearing, and it says, that request a preliminary review. It's not a preliminary review. We are now in the hearing, so that you should strike off a preliminary review, and it's a request for a variance.
Where is it?
And then on page 3, about third or fourth paragraph, the paragraph that starts, Mr. Kozec.
Mr. Kozec suggested?
Yes.
Yes.
After that paragraph, there should be a statement that after discussion by the board, the consensus was that the plans did not have to be, to go back to the building inspector. Because you cover a lot of, we talked about it, but you left it hanging, and we actually did make a decision. Though there wasn't a vote, there was still a consensus, and I think that should be in there.
Yep.
And then on the next page, where it says Mr. Hamel motioned, about in the middle of the page,
Yep.
you should add to that with the consent of the applicant to waive the 30-day time limit. Again, I think that's an important point to have. That was in the motion.
So should that word mentioned be motioned?
What?
Should the word mentioned be motioned, or?
No, that was a motion.
It was a motion.
Yes. It was a motion to continue the public hearing with the consent of the applicant.
Right.
Yes.
So it should be, Mr. Hamel motioned the continuation?
Yeah, that's what it says.
No, mine says, oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm in the previous paragraph. Sorry.
Oh, you were a paragraph ahead of...
Yes, I was in the first Mr. Hamel
Yeah,
paragraph.
okay. So is that clear?
Yep.
That's all I have. Like I said, they were much, much better than...
So much better.
So much better.
Is there anybody else that has any changes? Ms.
Nope.
Reardon?
No, no,
Boy.
no,
Ms. Reardon, no changes?
no.
I don't know. Being that the changes for June, the changes for May are messy. So I think we need to hold off on approving those.
Okay.
The changes for June, I think, are relatively straightforward. I don't know if we want to accept them or wait.
What's the board feel? Want to accept them? Get it out of the way?
Well, except there's only those 3 spots, right? So, yeah, and he's got them down, and,
Someone make,
I mean, he can make the edits and send it out to us so we have it, or we'll look at it on the website, right? But
someone like to make a motion that we accept it?
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes of June 3rd as amended.
We have a second?
Second.
Oh, no, Frank does.
So roll call vote, please.
Ms. Reardon?
Yes?
Mr. Gibbs?
Yes.
Mr. Hamel?
Yes.
And Mr. Kozec?
Yes. Is there any other business that anybody knows of?
Nope, I'm just still carrying around this thing. I don't know. Just want to say that we haven't addressed that yet.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
kind of
I-
let that fall aside, haven't we? Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we need both Trish and Bill to have some time to do that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's where the challenge occurs.
yeah.
We haven't even had a chance to sit down and talk about it at the moment. I know she's been in an awful lot of training and a number of exercises, and now there's some other things going on in regard to other things within town. I will bring it up. I will bring it to her attention again before the next meeting.
That's the kind of a thing we want all the board members here,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes, but I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I just
It's just
I just
keeps
don't
on
want
rolling
it to fall
forward.
off the
Yeah,
table.
I mean, it has been over a year since we last looked at it. We were moving forward relatively well. And I think the last revisions that I had were June of '25.
Okay, wow.
That we, we're getting close to approving. But like Trish said, in that time frame, some other things have come up that need to be
Yeah.
changed also. So
Yeah.
she needs to work on it
Yeah.
before we're ready to
Just
discuss.
even before, she comes to the transfer station once in a while, at least once a week. I'll see her then, let her know. Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if,
Bill, you must see her more than I do. God.
What's that?
Trish, she's in and out of the town all the time.
For the last 3 weeks, she's been very difficult to talk to.
I agree, yeah.
Only within the last week have I seen her twice, and it's been kind of a quick meeting, and then she goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she was down in DC for a few days. I'm not sure she was doing there to a conference, and yeah, very busy. Yeah. Seeing we have nothing else on the agenda, during the meeting at 7:10 p.m.